Get a dictionary.
Why did Britons have better health after the year 1990? Because the 80s were over. What? What does the word lava mean? A prepubescent caterpillar. Lava! I got that. Are you trying to be funny? Name one famous Greek landmark. The most famous Greek landmark is the apocalypse. What scale do systems use to measure the force of earthquakes? A very strong one. Not glass. Volcanoes occur on what kind of plate margarine? Hot plates. And to think the word lava was like 3 questions prior to this. Give 3 ways to reduce heat loss in your home. Thermal underwear, move to Hawaii, and close the door. Mobile phones are very popular. Give 1 advantage and 1 disadvantage of owning a mobile phone. All right, here we go. You can order a takeaway for your school lunch. Yeah, when I went to school, you couldn't even chew gum. Disadvantage, your parents can get hold of you at any time. Over the last 50 years, there has been a significant change in the concentration of carbon dioxide. Give a reason for this. It's easily distracted. Y'all, I don't even know how I turned Southern all of a sudden. I'm sorry. It was predicted in 1988 that 10 reserves would only last until the year 20... Woo! When did I eat that? That 10 reserves would only last until the year 2006. However, 18 years later, there are still enough reserves to meet industry demand. Why is this? Because people are not buying so many tins of baked beans. How did baked beans get in this? This kid must be hungry. He was just talking about getting food delivered to his school a question ago. In a blast furnace, it is impossible for aluminum to be extracted from its ores. Why? Because it is blooming hot. What is the meaning of the term activation energy? Oh, this is chemistry. The worst subject to my mankind. It's what is needed to get up in the morning. You know why chemistry was my worst subject? It's because I see on television and shows and movies and episodes, all of that, I see people have their science mates, their glasses, big tubes. We didn't even have that. Am I the only one that didn't have that growing up? What is the process for separating a mixture of chalk and sand? It is a process called flirtation. Give a brief explanation of the meaning of the term hard water. This kid said ice. Y'all, that is the most brief explanation I've ever heard. What is a vacuum? Something my mom says I should use more often. What is methane? Methane is a smelly greenhouse gas which is produced when trees and for cows are burned. I feel like this dude is right because I would have said drugs. Is it methane? What is a nitrate? It is much cheaper than a day rate. Okay, you know what? I just gave you your prop like literally 10 seconds ago. 12 seconds ago now. I literally just gave you your props. If you're gonna end up like this. Karen goes into her garden. Karen goes into her garden and called the cow one morning and finds the leaves covered in a sticky substance. What is this substance? When the leaves sit in the sunshine, they get hot and it makes them sweat. Y'all, I really thought he was going somewhere else with this. I'm just saying. What are the 3 different types of blood vessels? Veins, anchovies, and caterpillars. Is it me or is this not the first time he mentioned caterpillars? Oh, we in physics now, y'all. All right. What is the National Grid? It is a very large free barbecue in public park. Why would living close to a mobile phone mask cause little health? What? You might walk into it. You might walk into a mobile phone? Give the names of 2 gases that might contribute to global warming. Y'all, my parental vision just really read his answers. All right. 1, bottom gas. 2, cow burps. Describe what happened during the Big Bang. A lot of noise. When a star's life cycle is over, there is a possibility it will become a black hole. Describe a black hole. Something very dark in the ground and it looks like this. And did he really draw a black hole and point it to it with the arrow? Name an environmental side effect of burning fossil fuels. Fire. Many people don't like eating radiation-treated food. How could a food scientist prove that radiation-treated food is safe? This kid said by eating some. You know what? And that's why you got another F in these exams. You ain't treating it right. Did your brother get held back? I know you submitted these screenshots, but you can't hide that F. I see it. Currently, the sun is in a stable period. State two balanced forces in the sun. Page 3 and the footy pages. Yeah, I don't even know what we're talking about over here. Is the moon or the sun more important? The moon gives us light at night when we need it. The sun only provides light in the day when we don't. Therefore, the moon is more important. The whole time I'm reading this, I was thinking about Alaska, because don't they have like 6 months of moon and 6 months of light? Give an example of a smoking-related disease. Early death. Explain the word momentum. A brief moment. You know what? Just because you draw a star in the corner of your paper don't make that right. What is the world's largest living mammal? The woolly mammoth. Steve is driving his car. He is traveling with 2 L's at 60 feet per second, and the speed limit is 40 miles per hour. Is Steve speeding? He said he could find out by checking his speedometer. I would have just said yes or no, because there's a 50% chance of my question being right. And people always want to be smart for no reason. All right. What is a fossil? A fossil is the remains of an extinct animal. True. The fossil, the extinct animal is. All right. I don't know. The teacher didn't know either, because I don't see a check mark, an X, or nothing. What happens to your body when taking a breath? The chest gets bigger. All right, now that is right. What does terminal illness mean? When you become ill at the airport. Below is a diagram. Oh, y'all, I thought the kid drew that, because I was saying, dang, I've been complimenting on his penmanship the whole time, but it's literally getting better. He's drawing a whole lung. Below is a diagram of the heart. Please label the relevant sections. The side where hate comes from, a red side where love comes from. Is this even scientifically proven? What is a fibula? A little lie. Cadaver. The only reason why I know that name Cadaver is just because of Grey's Anatomy, but it is a make of a car. No, it ain't. What is the meaning of the word vehicles? Okay, I must have fell asleep on. I must have skipped that Grey's Anatomy. I must have skipped that Grey's Anatomy episode, y'all. My bad. All right. It means close by. Yeah, the way my calculations are set up by the stuff that he got wrong already, I'm pretty sure he's not right on this one. Adam cuts his arm. Blood gushes out and is red in color. What does this show? He is not a robot. He's a real boy. What is the highest frequency noise that a human can register? Mariah Carey. That was you? Seriously, that was you? I read that before. I didn't know we had a whole book of your answers. Draw a diagram to represent the human body and label the positions of all the major organs, including brain, heart, lungs, and kidneys. All right. I'm not even going to dissect this, but I am going to comment on is how you going to do so good in drawing hearts, pentagrams, stars, clouds, lightning bolts, and then you end up like this. That's like a series. They all start good, and by the 5th, the 6th final series, you give me this? Explain the word genome. Genome. It is an abbreviation of the 2 words gender and known. What is a vibration? There are good vibrations and bad vibrations. Good vibrations were discovered in the late 1960s. Was it? In the Hawaiian Islands, there are around 500 different species of fruit fly. Give a reason for this. There are approximately 500 varieties of fruit. Burning of fossil fuels which contain carbon produces a gas called carbon dioxide. Draw a dot and cross diagram to represent carbon dioxide. See, this is what I'm talking about. Now you back to season 1? How you draw like that? How you draw a whole man as a stick figure and you draw a glass as immaculate as that? Jesus, I want to drink. What is the lowest frequency noise that a human can register? A mouse. Explain the, we in biology now. I think this is the last subject, y'all. All right. Biology. Explain the concept of homeostasis. It is when you stay at home all day and don't go out. Was it just me or did it get dark as soon as I said biology? What are the characteristics of crude oil? Coarse and rude. How is oxygen loaded, transporting, and unloaded in the bloodstream? Y'all, my eye, I almost couldn't even read that because I'm looking at that bunny rabbit just staring at me like a peeping Tom. The answer, by forklift truck. Describe the chemical differences between H2O and CO2. H2O is hot water, CO2 is cold water. It's really not. What is a plasmid? A high definition television. And there's that dang on bunny again. What is going on? Who was Solomon? He was a very popular man who had 2 wives and 300 porcupines. Name one of the early Romans' greatest achievements, learning to speak Latin. Name the successor of the first Roman emperor. The second Roman emperor. What is the difference between the New Testament and the Old Testament? I already know what he's gonna say. The New Testament was a better version. Oh, I thought he was gonna say the New Testament came after the Old Testament. What is a pilgrimage? It's when lots of people wander off in the same direction for no apparent reason. Who wrote the Republic and the Apology? This kid said Plato. Name the wife of Orpheus, whom he attempted to save from the underworld. Mrs. Orpheus. Who was it that helped Theseus escape from the labyrinth? David Bowie. You know what? This is why it's getting dark. Seriously, this is why it's getting dark right now. You notice that? Because we talk about his people. So we gotta stop this. Let me hurry up and get this video over with. Write what you know about Nero. A really good coffee shop, Starbucks, was his main competitor. What were the circumstances of Julius Caesar's death? Suspicious ones, and he put a cross in it just in case. Just to let you know that he's on their side right now, all right, just in case. Where was Hadrian's wall built? Around Hadrian's garden. What is Spartacus known for? He was famous for leading a slaves rebellion in Rome, and later he became famous for appearing in a blockbuster. More all about it. All right, discuss the style of Romeo and Juliet. It is written entirely in Islamic Pentameter. The play is full of heroic couplets, one example being Romeo and Juliet themselves. How does Romeo's character develop throughout the play? It doesn't. It's just self all the way through. I think he does have a point, wasn't he? Because didn't oh wait, no, hold on. Juliet was the one. Didn't Juliet fake taking that elixir or whatever it's called? Imagine you work for a travel agent. Describe a place you have been to and explain why it would interest someone of a similar age. My mom and dad drag me to Bethans every year. I wouldn't recommend it to anyone my age. Why should we be optimistic about the future? Use either a discursive or an argumentative style in composing your answer. Because if you're not positive about the future, then you ain't got much hope. Have. In Pride and Prejudice, at what moment does Elizabeth Bennet realize her true feelings for Mr. Darcy? When she sees him coming out of the lake. How much is Romeo to blame for what happens in the end of Romeo and Juliet? All right, here we go. Here we go. He is completely to blame. He's an alpha male and he's named after a car. I never heard of a Romeo car. Use the word judicious in a sentence to illustrate its meaning. I am using judicious in this sentence to illustrate its meaning. I'm about to go buy. Oh, before I forget, y'all, I do have merch. I'm not wearing it right now, but merch is in my description box. Do not forget. And if you guys want to have the other version of this video, like the deleted scenes that I couldn't put on YouTube, do not forget to subscribe to my OnlyFans. All links are in my description bar. And yes, I have an OnlyFans. Subscribe to me there, subscribe to me here for free, join my channel, buy my merch, all of that. All right, bye.
Feel me? Thumbs up. If you don't, thumbs up anyway, cause you will. Thumbs up, cause you will. Thumbs up. But with that being said, thumbs up.